There's a fantastic story in Mark chapter 12. Jesus goes into the temple and he sits down, the Bible says, opposite the place where people come and give their offering, where they put the money into the treasury for God. Jesus is sitting there, and one person after another is coming by who's wealthy and very well off, and they're putting in these huge offerings, dropping these, massive bags of coins into the offering. You can just hear it in your mind, the sound, the thud of these things hitting, the floor, just this massive offering, and everyone notices and everyone's celebrating. Everybody's going, man, that's incredible. Look what they put into the offering. That's awesome. And then in the midst of all of that comes this little widow woman who just drops in, the Bible says, 2 small copper coins, and they're worth less than a penny. It's basically, she puts in essentially nothing into the offering. It's barely anything. And this is one of those moments where Jesus goes, I see things differently than you do. And Jesus is going, I need to bring everybody around to my way of seeing this thing. And so he calls over his disciples in Mark 12, verse 43. The Bible says, calling his disciples to him, Jesus said, I tell you the truth, this poor widow has put more into the treasury than all the others. This is one of those moments where, you just have to imagine that the disciples kind of were, just looking at Jesus like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, she did not put in more than everybody else. This is totally one of those moments where I get so challenged because I'm going, man, I just don't see things the way that God sees them. Obviously, Jesus is evaluating this moment and these offerings and these people by something other than what I am. I know I look at it and I look at the dollar amount of the offering that's given and I go, man, God can use that. Think about all the incredible things we can do for God's kingdom with this money. And we're all going, man, this is incredible. We've all heard about, people who have given large amounts and huge offerings. We're so impressed. We're blown away. How could anybody give that kind of money? That's what I always think, man, how could somebody give $1 million? Like, that's incredible. I always would look at that and think to myself, that's what impresses me. That's what's a big deal to me. I look at a big offering and a small one, and I celebrate the big one because I think, man, God can use that. And apparently Jesus looks past the money. Apparently he just kind of sweeps that off to the side like, yeah, like whatever. And he looks past that. The rich person who gave out of their abundance didn't really cost them anything. And he looks at this poor widow who gave basically everything she had. And Jesus says, forget about the dollars. I want the heart. Jesus says, that's what I can use. Forget about the money. It's the heart that I'm after. I can use a heart like that. I can use a heart that's willing to give everything. And so I'm always challenged by this story to pray, God, give me a heart like that widow woman, because I don't usually have that heart. I'm not sure that I've ever given like she gave that day, and I'm challenged. And I want to challenge you, pray, God, give me a heart that's willing to give until it hurts.